Welcome to Whittleton Creek, 47. Your target is Galen Voles, who's just moved into the neighborhood in hopes of establishing an inconspicuous home clinic to peddle Atlantide. Unfortunately for him, not to mention you, he's already received some threatening mail to this new address. The man's on edge, and he's reached out to the local authorities to help him secure his property. You'll need to get past them if you want to take care of Voles.
Hey, you.
Good
Where
luck.
do you think you're going? Definitely not through here. Get out of my face.
Hola, señor. Feel free to taste one of our sample muffins. Ellen's muffins are the best in town, and they're free every...
I swear I have a license for it. License? Don't bring it with you. You can't just confiscate my property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mole in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. Unless it's a flesh-eating mutant mole, you don't need explosives. We're gonna keep them safe on our trunk until you produce that license, okay?
Come on, standard procedure. You stuff the holes, and then you blow up the tunnel system so it collapses. Look it up on YouTube.
Sir, if the American police force looked to YouTube as guiding principle for standard procedure, I'm pretty sure civilization would have collapsed a long time ago.
God damn it.
Mrs. West, how are you doing today?
Ah, the usual, Dale. It's Saturday, so the oven is filled with muffins.
You spoil us all rotten, Mrs. West. But I'll take it. Walking this route is so peaceful and serene, and I wake up every morning loving it. But I will say that Saturdays are my favorite days.
You're very kind, Dale.
Shame you don't have a husband to treat anymore. He'd be a very lucky man, Mrs. West.
My late Roger died happy and with a full belly. I'm doing just fine on my own. Speaking of which, I need to get back to my oven.
All righty, Mrs. West. I'll see you on Monday. Have a wonderful day.
Hola, señor.
Hey, mailman.
Oh, jeez, darling, I'm so hungry.
Look at this place. It's like he doesn't trust us to keep the neighborhood safe. Guy's got sensors on everything but the darn mailbox.
He should definitely have one there. People steal mail around here all the time.
It's a damn shame, too. I just can't imagine trusting some alarm system more than you trust a flesh and blood officer of the law.
Well, it's louder, isn't it, sir?
It's not loud if you trip the breaker first. Anyone can do that. They'd only need to get into the basement, then bingo. The whole place is ripe for infiltration.
I guess that's why you're the sheriff, sir.
Damn right. Let's see if we can't help this fella feel
I'd like to speak with Mr. Voles.
Oh, of course! You're Mr. Anderson! Oh, please, go ahead upstairs and Dr. Voles will see you.
Looking good, man.
Looking good.
Hello and welcome. Please, have a seat. Mr. Anderson, I'm glad you could come.
I've been looking forward to it.
Given your diagnosis, I don't doubt it. Let's cut to the chase. I think your doctors have been greatly misled about the severity of your illness.
You do?
I do. I see cases like yours all the time, Dale. And with the appropriate intervention, they're rarely terminal. The medical establishment has a vested interest in misleading people like you, because the truth would undermine the entire system.
So what would you suggest?
To start with, 8 weeks of demineralized salt water, 4 liters per day. We came from the oceans, you know, but now we only let ourselves ingest water in its most basic and unhealthful form, and that affects us at a cellular level. Products like, well, like my own brand, actually, Atlantide, are much closer to how water was a million years ago.
Isn't demineralized salt water just water?
It's pure water, Dale. Primitive and nourishing. All of the benefits of salination, with none of the adverse effects. And if you want to offset the cost, you can just sign on as an Atlantide distributor and cover it that way.
That's quite the offer.
Well, what can I say? I like to help people in whatever way I can. So what do you think, Dale? Are you ready to commit to life?
No.
Target eliminated. Excellent work, 47. Time to make your exit.
Neophyte.
Excuse me, sir, are you a registered voter? I'd love to tell you about a new candidate who might just change your life. Yes, sir, a total game changer here.
I'm listening.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very savory. But we have a man here today who's about to change all that.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington, no connections to the establishment, no allies hidden away in lawless groups that pull the strings around the world. He's just a common man who decided that he wouldn't take it anymore. He's here to clean up, to give you exactly what you want, and to make sure the government doesn't stick its nose into everything.
Fascinating. How is he going to achieve all that?
By imposing restrictions and pushing crippling laws that will bind legislators to their desks for decades. His approach is simple. Give every one of those Washington-based desk jockeys so much work they simply won't have time to enforce the existing laws. And then, while they're busy looking through their fat law books, use his executive powers to undo the existing laws. It's a radical approach, sure, but quite effective.
And this Blake character, he's out here now, ringing doorbells.
Sure is. Why'd you ask?
No reason.
Good on you. Be sure to vote come election day. And feel free to spread the word about Charles Blake III. Have a flyer. Read more about Charles Blake III and his politically flexible platform.